Welcome into the DML Network. It's your boy XPERT, and I got another episode of the bye week. And I got two guys that wanted to get on here and talk about their squads. And so we gonna chop it up with two NFC guys today. We'll start with the OG. He always finds a way to end up in Carolina with them Panthers. It's none other than C-Rob. What's going on, C-Rob?
Not much, fella, man. We doing all right. How you living?
Man, we doing all right. Let's talk Panthers. You got kind of a nickname going, Mr. Comeback C-Rob going on. What's that about?
Man, the comeback came, man. It was just me looking, just trying to find ways to get around people that love to do man press of death and disguise other coverages. But it's nothing. It's not a give me route or anything like that. You still have to go through progressions. And just like the NFL, man, the comeback route is one of the most effective routes in the league. But they don't just wait on it. They're looking for something else to open up. And, you know, when he's open, he's open. That's it.
Yeah, you kind of on a little win streak here. You found a way to beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
You beat the, you got the forced win versus the Jets. And then you get a win versus Dion and those Falcons. Kind of avenging that week 3 loss when you went down 20-10, but you came back and clipped them last week 25-14. Do you see the Panthers kind of turning the corner here in this season here with the DML?
Yeah, we're turning the corner, but it's not somewhere that we didn't think we should be. Man, we very easily could, be sitting right now with only 1 or 2 losses. But our team, we've had a plan this whole season, and there was a couple games where we got nicked and made some bad choices, but we just decided to focus, not turn the ball over, and play the brand of football that we've been trying to build, and it's been working for us last couple games.
Yeah, and you're going to get your wide receiver Moore back this week coming up, and you get looks like Ndamukong Suh is going to come back healthy. Injury-wise, you look pretty good. Is that really helping you stay on track here, trying to compete maybe for that wild card to make sure guys on the roster are staying healthy?
Yeah, definitely. It caused us to really focus on what we have in our stable, and we just made sure we played younger guys that could contribute and put them in the right positions, and it's helped out a lot. So we really working my roster has been the big thing with especially with these injuries.
Yeah. So you're sitting at 4-4. You got a big game versus the Patriots coming up, and then you got a very winnable game versus the Bills. But then you got some tough games following those two. You're going to see the Dolphins and the Saints in back-to-back weeks. Two guys that have banners here in the Dynasty. Are those when you get to week 13 after playing the Saints? Is that where you'll finally realize, okay, we know what team we got. We're going to make the playoffs because you finished with the Bucks, Cowboys, Redskins. I'm sure you would say all 3 of those are very winnable games for the comeback king. But really those two games sandwiched in there with the Dolphins and the Saints, that's really going to find out what these Panthers are about. How are you thinking about those 2 monster games right there in week 12 and week 13?
We just want to put ourselves in position to at least compete in those games. I mean, we feel we are a 10-win team every year, and this year is no exception. So we accept the challenge of any team, and still yet to get a win over Addy, but he's a formidable foe. I'm still mad somebody brought him into this conference, man. He's been a thorn in my side. I swear, man, you can't go barking at everybody now. They end up getting off at your bus stop now, and now everybody else got to deal with him. So he's a great.
Who brought him into the division?
Man, it ain't no secret. Dion brought him into the division, man. We was good. It's just we fight each other. I hit him, he hit me. We go back and chill. But then he want to bring in the damn bully and everything. I'm like, come on, bro. Hey, man, pick your battles, man.
Yeah, that's rough. All right, man, let's talk Tyrod Taylor. Is he the future still in Carolina?
He's a staple piece for now. we probably will sign him. We've got a couple of younger quarterbacks that we're trying to groom. They've been taking a little longer than I thought. This damn XP progression is hell this cycle. So we're gonna work with Tyrod right now. We had to create some cap space with letting Newton go. That hurt my heart, but them big contracts, we got to let them go so that we can get ready for this the run to high stakes, where you got to have all pieces in place, and that means backups and backups after that. So, but Tyrod right now is doing really well. He's turned down his turnovers since the week 3. And he's been distributing the ball really well. So he's really helping Carolina out right now. So we'll see where he goes next year.
Do we see McCaffrey finish the cycle with the Panthers?
Hey, that is a possibility. But like we said, we're trying to get in position for high stakes. And McCaffrey enjoys being in Carolina. He's not the McCaffrey of last year, where he was putting the ball on the ground and spent more time in the injury list than he should have been. But he's been real helpful for us this year. But we want to make sure that we are in the best position for high stakes. So we'll see we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
No doubt. All right, one more question for C-Rob. Who's been the surprise on this Panthers team for you that you didn't expect to be making plays for you and putting you in positions to win?
It's my secondary. I have to give a shout out to the whole secondary because, like I said, this progression is is hell this cycle. I have not been able to get my defensive secondary to progress, but they continue to play above and beyond for me. I've got guys that really haven't gotten a skill point since the initial season, but they continue to at least put up numbers, get stops, get interceptions. And one in particular is a young man that we pulled off of somebody's practice squad a cycle ago, and he has improved greatly. His name is Bubba Baxter. He's my backup free safety, but he splits time with a strong safety as well. And he's been a force out there in the secondary.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, C-Rob, what do you got for the Dynasty before you get out of here?
Man, let me tell you something, man. This is a sim league. It's a sim league, so your play calling should be sim. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you run play action deep outs 10 times in a row and you ain't ran the ball at all, you ain't sim. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that.
He knows exactly who he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. Hit dog or holler. I expect the old dirty tweet or something like that. But before I go, shout out to the Carolina Panther O-line. They held the dominating sack brothers of the Atlanta Falcons to 0 sacks. So McTarkley, whatever his name is, Jello, peanut butter jelly, whatever his name was, 0 sacks, 0 hurries. Tyrod Taylor was comfortable back there. We appreciate that effort. Thanks.
No doubt. All right, shout out to the homie C-Rob jumping on the bye week. We'll let him get back to his day. All right, we got one more user we're going to get on, and it's the homie HBO. What's up, HB?
What's up, my dude? What is good?
What's going on? All right, man. First off, congratulations on the new baby. How's that feel being a brand new father?
Man, it is hell.
It's going to get worse, HBO. Just be patient. Enjoy the time with the baby girl. Hopefully mom and the baby are doing all right. But let's talk Dallas Cowboys. When you picked the Dallas Cowboys in the high-stakes draft, everybody lost their mind like, what is HB thinking? What were you thinking when you took the Dallas Cowboys at number, I think, 4?
We took a team that was at the center of attention, big spotlight, big market, big zone, big running back, upcoming defensive back. So it's the America's favorite team. It's the Cowboys. You in the center stage of the Cowboys. You get the Dallas Cowboys. You get in the big Texas team, a really good football team. I mean, I ain't gonna pass the Cowboys up. That's hard to say no.
Yeah, and you started the season off 2-2. And then it's kind of been downhill from there. Now you got a nice little win versus a banner winner over there with Andy Force and the Chargers. But then you get the Raiders, and you lose by 4 to the Raiders, and then you get the always dangerous KP and his Chiefs, and he beat you 34-20. What is holding this offense back from being that perennial powerhouse that you envisioned when you traded for Bass and you drafted a good wide receiver? What is holding this offense back?
Trying to find a big play, trying to find the big drive, want to go deep, not depending on other weapons we got on this offense, like using a great tight end that we got. You know, he usually gets open. He also can block. I just want to make the big play, want to shock the world, want to show everyone what this group of young wide receivers can do. You got 2 of the fastest wide receivers in the dynasty. You got my favorite, Mayer, and you got Bass. You got to go deep. You got to give these guys the ball. You know, you got to feed them. And that's what I've been trying to do. It's been ups and downs for me. We have had injuries. You know, we battle Addy 5 tough, but when it came down to it, we just didn't have enough juice in the tank to get it done.
So what is it going to take to get probably one of the best running backs in the NFL going? Because Ezekiel Elliott has not produced for you to the level that he's capable of. Is that just because you have those 2 speedsters on the outside with 97 speed that Elliott kind of gets lost in your game plan? Injuries.
Ezekiel Elliott has gotten hurt every season. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. We go 20-piece the Washington Redskins tonight or tomorrow when we play. We're going to 20-piece this guy. We're probably going to run for 100 and some yards. We go get the W, and we go restart our season and hope to compete down the stretch. I don't know if you have the Cowboys schedule up. I believe we got the Panthers, who just got off the mic, right? Because I believe our division is playing at AFC South.
Yep.
I know that young man off the air. I know he had made the playoffs, but excuse my language, HB go bust his ass. You know?
All right, let's talk schedule. You got Redskins, so that's a 20-piece. That's a W in your book. Then you got the commish himself, Dion, Mr. Nasty New, as you call him. You got the Falcons. Is that a W?
The Falcons is going to be a win. Maybe if he don't have his daughter on his lap, it may be some competition, but that's going to be a W there.
That's another W for HBO. Okay. Then you got Matty Ice and the Eagles. And Matty's, he's shown that he can get beat. You know, the Redskins got him last week at a 19-20. The Panthers have beat him this year. Now, of course, you know, Matty usually is always up there at the end of the season. He's always one of those guys. But your last game versus the Eagles, your first game versus the Eagles this year, is that a W or a L?
I like to say my guys are going to go out there, compete, and try something new. Matty Ice is a strange individual when I play him. I mean, he changes stuff up.
Yes, sir.
He changes stuff up from time to time. You know, he changes stuff up. Like, we hate each other when we play. It's definitely a crucial rival. Underrated has beaten him, so he can be beaten. I mean, we're going to go out there and play our best and see what we can do. I have a new type of play style. We're ready to go. Already talked to the team, talked to the coaches. That's definitely the game we got to win. That's definitely the game I want to win. So that's definitely the game that I'm not going to make no excuses. We're going to try to go out there and get a W. I mean, we haven't beat them yet, but we're going to try to go out there and get a W. That's what we're going to try to go out and do.
So we'll mark that down as a push. You don't know. That could be a win or a loss. Next up, week 13, you got JB and the Broncos coming to you're going to Denver to play the Broncos. Is that a W on the schedule?
That is a W. He ain't seen no secondary like mine. He don't have the corners to defend my guys, to defend my young, speedy guys.
Okay. Then you got the guy that you made the biggest trade with. You got the Seahawks. You gave him Van Der Esch. He gives you Bass. Is that a W on the schedule?
That's going to be a W. This is the battle of revenge right here. He beat me last year when Mayer got hurt. I had no Mayer, no Ezekiel Elliott. We took a loss. When we play him this week, we're going to be ready to go.
Okay.
We're going to be ready to go.
Okay, then you already mentioned C-Rob was just on the call talking about his Panthers. You got him week 15 in his place. Is that a W for the Cowboys?
Let me say something he mentioned on the call a little earlier. He said, sometimes users who do the PAD time after time, like 10 times, is considered cheese and stuff like that. I'm a sim/cheesy type of guy. He ain't ready for that. He's soft like tissue. So I'm gonna do maybe Dion if he has a chance at the playoffs, or anybody else who has a chance at the playoffs. I'm gonna beat them. I'm gonna wipe their ass. I'm gonna wipe their asses by beating this dude. I'm gonna get the W.
You just called him Charmin C-Rob. He's soft as tissue paper. All right, then you get Kirk and the Packers. And Kirk is one of those guys that can sneak up and beat you. He almost beat XPERT in the Jags, and then I had to hit him with the play action deep ball with 10 seconds left on the clock. Can you beat the Packers and that potent run game that he has?
We beat him last season. We were down 14-0. We came back, and the Mayer show showed up. He relies on too much of Colbert. Colbert's a damn bump. You run the ball on me, I'm gonna stop it. He's not going to get all those yards. He's not going to pick up break tackles. I'm looking to shut him down. Like I told him, I'm going to shut him down under 100 yards. I mean, I'm gonna try to 10-piece this guy. I'm gonna try to beat him by 10.
Okay.
I whooped him last season. I'm hoping to do it again. He can call me cheesy. He can call me a bum or what. He gonna be mad after that game. We going all out, and we gonna try to whoop this dude.
All right. So if you win all of those games you talked about, and let's just say you split with the Eagles. Let's just say in one of the two games versus the Eagles you win, that puts you at 10-6 for the year, and might put HB in the playoffs for the first time in Dynasty history. Once you get in the playoffs, are you gonna lose your mind if you make the playoffs in the Dynasty?
Dude, I make the playoffs. Y'all gonna see a party on that live stream. You'll see balloons up in the air. You gonna see hot Cheetos and monsters and rock stars on that table, and we gonna look to bust somebody's ass on day one.
Hot Cheetos and monsters for the live stream. All right, let's talk about the commentary aspect of HBO. So you got a show out called The Cellar. When are we gonna see the next episode?
I'm hoping to drop in maybe a day or two, in a few days. I hope to drop another episode in a few days. You know, putting all your tools out, the green screen, making the light shine bright, and it's a lot of work. I'm hoping to put that out soon.
Okay, and we got news that Lord Farquaad is back in the Dynasty, so he's going to take back Love Hate. What did Love Hate? Why did you keep Love Hate going? Was it just that you felt that show had to continue, or did someone reach out to you and say continue it? What was the reason that we kept Love Hate going? HBO's take.
You can't complain about a good beat, a good show. Lord Farquaad, he had that show up there. It's like it shot up like a rocket. It was it shot up like a star. It was definitely reaching for the stars. It was a brilliant show. I mean, like, to not see it in the Dynasty was disappointing. So I thought that, hey, maybe I can come out there and it'll still be decent. I mean, I thought it was still okay, but it didn't live up to the past Love and Hate shows. Like the past Love and Hate shows, you hear Farquaad come out there, he be like, wait a minute, let's start with this motherfucker. You know.
Dude. There's only one Lord Farquaad.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Two-Time himself. It will be exciting to see an episode of Love Hate with Farquaad back on it. But I'll say this: while we clown all the time, HB, you know, you and I love going back and forth. You know, hopefully everybody in Dynasty knows it's all love with HB and XPERT. You know, HB is always jumping in my live stream, donating to the cause, a good dude. So we love that love-hate comeback. I'm going to say this on behalf of the fellas in the Dynasty. You got to keep doing shows because they are entertaining, and we love to see them. And we love when you put in the chat that the seller is dropping or love-hate is dropping, because everybody tunes into those shows. They're so important. So you got to keep that going. Don't let anybody take that away from you. So I hope to see the seller come out. All right, man.
What question for you though?
Go ahead.
Are you and Lord Farquaad looking to bring back y'all show? That original show.
So Dynasty Total Access. Is Dynasty Total Access coming back? I will say this. I can't give any details, but I will say this. The second that I heard Farquaad was coming back to the Dynasty, it was probably the second thing that came to my mind when I heard he was coming back. Because Total Access, when we started Total Access, that was probably some of the most fun I've ever had in this league, of him and I just going back and forth. Who's winning this game? Who's winning that game? But I will say this. It's going to involve more than myself and Farquaad, because I don't want to step on the OG Chris Murray's feet, because Walk the Line has come back. And if people remember, Walk the Line was actually the first show, and then it kind of died out. So I picked it up, and Dion changed it to be called Total Access. So now that Walk the Line is back, where the OG kind of picks winners and losers for each week, it's going to have to involve Chris Murray. I don't want to start it back up without, you know, Chris Murray giving his, you know, blessing to it, because he has that same type of show. So, you know, it'll involve more than just myself and Lord Farquaad. But definitely Farquaad and I will be doing something together, whether we commentate games or whether, you know, I jump on love-hate with him. Yeah, Farquaad and I just got that different kind of vibe when we get on a show together. So we'll definitely have something going. But here's my thing. I need to get on an episode of The Cellar and let me clown on some people in the Dynasty like you do on The Cellar. So hit your boy XPERT up when you're ready, and I'll have to jump on The Cellar, and we'll get that thing rocking and rolling. But of course, you know, you got to worry about the wife. You got to worry about the baby. That's the most important thing. But what do you got to say to the Dynasty before you get out of here, of what they're going to see from HBO going forward?
I'm gonna stay keeping you boys hype. That's what I like to do. Try to keep you boys hype. I mean, I got a new show that, I mean, you guys seen the intro. It's gonna be like just basically daily news. Try to be like daily news. What's going on in Dynasty? I won't be clowning or anything. Just daily news, and I'm looking to try to get on around the corner also. But yeah, man, nothing really too much new. Just trying to stay involved and keep these shows out, keep people hyped, keep people pumped, keep people coming in the chat, keep people, you know, interested, keep people coming to the Daddy League, you know. Yeah. Stay focused, you know. This is the brotherhood. I always post that intro on the chat every once in a while. The Dynasty, the brotherhood. Because when I was out of the Dynasty, oh man, I was listening to that every day. Oh, I want to be part of the brotherhood. Damn it.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. We love having you in the Dynasty. You're definitely a vital piece of this group. You are definitely a part of the brotherhood. We appreciate it. All right, HBO, go back and spend some more time with that new baby girl. Appreciate you jumping on the bye week. I'm going to let you get out of here.
All right, bro. Stay up.
Man. All right, guys. That's it. You had C-Rob. You had the homie HBO talking about those Panthers and those Cowboys. Both of them have aspirations to make it to the playoffs. We'll find out, will one of those teams, both of those teams, or maybe neither one of them make the playoffs. They got some big plans coming. If you want to jump on the bye week, reach out to your boy XPERT. We'd love to get you on here. Until then, on behalf of the DML Network, it's your boy XPERT, and I'm out.